Good afternoon, Hartlepool United fans, and welcome to the Pills Preview Show. We are here at Victoria Park for this 5:20 kickoff, live on BT Sport 2. Straight after this, it is Hartlepool United taking on Barnet FC, currently third in the National League versus 22nd. Barnet probably haven't had the season that they expected or would have wanted, so we thought we'd get a little bit more of an insight on how their season's going, and since the last time we played them in that 0-0 draw at the Hive. So let's go back to yesterday, where we spoke to Barnet FC media manager Adam, and Adam is going to give us a little bit of an insight of what's going on at Barnet. We thought we'd get a little bit of an insight of what's going on at Barnet at the moment and how your season's going. The last time we faced each other back in November, 0-0, and a lot's changed since then.
Yeah, it's been obviously a new manager for us in the dugout heading into this one compared to the reverse fixture. Tim Flowers has obviously come in and tried to steady the ship. It's been a difficult run of results for Barnet recently. Obviously, we got our first win in a little while against Halifax 10 or so days ago, which was a real battling performance. They more than deserved their 3 points on the evening, did Barnet. But then, just as you thought we might have turned the corner, back-to-back defeats against Woking, obviously heavy defeat to Kings Lynn on Tuesday, meaning I'm sure Tim, who was pretty angry post-match Tuesday night, will have the boys hopefully fired up for this one, and it should be another entertaining game.
Where do you believe has gone wrong? Because I remember looking at your squad list and team in November and thought this is a pretty strong team. That was when this was before Tim came in. What do you think's just gone wrong for Barnet this season?
I think it's a confidence thing massively has affected Barnet, and with every defeat, your confidence gets more and more knocked, and they've not really managed to get on a run where they've been able to, once they get one result, to back up another. Even the point against Hartlepool back in November, we labelled as a potential turning point because that was a good result on the night and a game which could have gone either way. And we thought that might be the turning point. But every time it looks like we might have turned a corner, we've just been hit right back down to earth. As I say, I think it's more of a confidence thing because on paper, as you said, the squad is more than strong enough. And it isn't on paper, again, a squad that should be 22nd in the National League. But yeah, it's been a weird season. We've never really managed to get any momentum. I mean, all the teams have been hit by different breaks because of the COVID situation and weather, etc. And it felt like when we were just maybe gaining momentum, we had our COVID outbreak, and then we went on the run of form and had to, unfortunately, part company with Peter Beadle. I mean, it's been difficult for Tim because it's not his group of players. He obviously plays a different style. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been a tough old campaign. But I mean, from an optimistic point of view, you still hope that there's still half a season to go. It's far from finished. And if they can get one result and then properly turn the corner, then I still wouldn't be surprised to see Barnet have a better second half than they have in the first half.
Just finally, as we look at the match and look at your squad, just give Hartlepool fans who may have not seen a lot of Barnet this season an indication of who to look out for, top scorers this season, or anyone you think that's probably Barnet's star player.
Michael Petrasso has had a great season for Barnet. He's on loan from Canadian side York 9 because their season is in the summer. So he's joined us. He's a real fan's favourite. He likes to get the ball. He's pacey. He's quick. He's our top goal scorer with 7 goals so far this season. If he plays well, Barnet tend to play quite well themselves. So they'll be hoping that he can show a bit more of the form he's shown since returning from injury on Saturday. He's certainly one of the ones to watch out for. On the other flank, you've got Ephraim Mason-Clark, who on his day can be a really electric player, can be a big player for Barnet. And then I'd say in goal, obviously, Hartlepool fans will know him well. Scott Loach is a big player for us at the moment, and he's an experienced pro, and hopefully he'll be able to help maybe some of the younger players turn this run of form around. But as I said at the start, Alex, it should be a really good game.
Yeah, Adam, that is right. We are in for an exciting game live on BT Sport. But thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for answering our questions.
No problem at all.
So there was Barnet FC media manager Adam Rowe giving us a little bit of an insight into Barnet's season. But turn our attention to Hartlepool on Tuesday night in Wales, a 0-0 draw against Wrexham in a game that Dave Challoner's men really dominated but just couldn't find the back of the net. So let's go back to Tuesday night and have a look at the highlights and what the gaffer had to say about the game.
Ball with White spreading the play now. Finds Houlihan. Just to clip the ball in. It's a great ball in. It hits the post. And a huge opportunity there for Hartlepool United.
And I'm going to give credit to Dibble. I think he may have saved this. Let's have a little look. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, maybe we've got away with one there. Certainly, yeah. But I think coming back just before, I think, Carra's let one bounce. Ultimately, you've got to deal with that. You can't let it bounce. It's a little bit like the first half. It's just reversal, isn't it? That maybe that is the conditions of playing that part.
Oh, Armstrong, the flag stayed down. He's 1-on-1 with Dibble. He could score and he puts it into the cup.
Big let off.
Well, Wrexham switched off.
What you cannot do as a centre half, or three of them that we have, is you can't just stand still and wait for that flag to go up. Ultimately, yes, run back with your arm in the air, appealing for it. You can't stand still. It's criminal. In all fairness, he's probably had too much time to think about what he's doing, and that ultimately might be why he's missed that chance. But that's
no one there. But the goalkeeper's come out, and Ponticelli was putting him under. But it finds Armstrong. No one there to recover the ball for Wrexham. Over the top it goes, and this could be an opportunity. Young's back there to defend against Oates, but Oates just breezes past him and brought down by Young. And
be interesting to see that again, because that looked in the box to me.
Yeah, well, my initial thought was.
In all fairness, the clearance, and I think it's Carra and it was Tyler French. We're 2v1, and we should be winning that first ball. But here we go. Let's have a look.
Contact.
Oh, that's in the box. We've got away with one there.
Tonight, in their man of the match, awarded to the man who's doing the defending now, Mark Carrington, the Wrexham skipper tonight.
I think that's a fair shout. I mean, there was a stage in the first half, I think 10-15 minutes, where he won every tackle, every header.
Opportunity for Oates, puts it across the face of goal, and another chance going begging.
Listen, I hope it's our night. We get away with this one, because we will have got away with one. Absolutely, that is another golden opportunity for Hartlepool, who will feel like they should have been worthy winners tonight. Absolutely, fingers crossed they're only going to go away with a point. There's still 2.5 minutes, plus whatever they add on. So we need to just stand strong now.
Unity. Elliot Durrell, ball in, not the best, but Kelleher's there. Can he whip it back into the box though? He can do. No one there to attack it, and you'd think Hartlepool will be able to get this ball away. Tyler French come back for it, but the game finishes there. It's ended at the racecourse ground. Wrexham 0, Hartlepool United 0. Wrexham will be really pleased with that point after that game. Hartlepool will be disappointed.
Yeah, listen, one team will be happy with the point, one team will be disappointed with the point, and it's quite obvious which one we are. We've done more than enough to win the game, and are guilty of ourselves not taking them opportunities, and are victims of a decision that I suppose could go either way. But we've done more than enough to win. Of course, we're disappointed, but we keep a clean sheet. We come away from home, we create numerous opportunities against the team that, like I say, are up and putting in and around it. So to go away with it, like I say, with the disappointment of only getting a point, is obviously has to be positive.
So there was the match highlights and Dave Challen's reaction from Tuesday night. We turn our attention to today's game against Barnet. So let's see what the gaffer had to say about today's opponents and what he expects from this clash. Dave, live on BT Sport tomorrow, Barnet at the Vic. Already 7 wins in a row, but Barnet probably is not having their best of seasons. But what are you expecting from Barnet?
We're expecting the best version of Barnet to turn up. I expect it to be a really, really tough game. Really, really easy to look at their predicament or towards the bottom of the table. Really, really poor not won games. But then you look at I suppose, anomalies that says, well, the last win they had was last weekend, and they beat Halifax. Halifax then went and beat Torquay away from home, who were top of the league by a significant number of points. And then you look at the individual players in their squad and go, that's not a team that should be in the position they're in. So we have to expect, and we will expect, the best version of them. What we've got to concentrate on is producing the best version of us, and finding a way, as we have done really, really well, finding a way to win a game of football. We're, like I say, we're obviously looking forward to it. We go into it in really, really good shape, really positive environment, and looking to go and win and win in front of, like I said, a TV audience. Although all of our games this year have been in front of a TV audience rather than a live audience as such.
Just about mention, as you said, the fact that we're on TV, it's kind of common knowledge now that we may struggle a little bit when we are on BT. How much does that play into the player's mind, and how much does that be involved in your conversations beforehand?
No, there's no involvement in our conversations beforehand. Again, I think players are, for me, and again, I can only speak from my experiences, I'd want every game to be on the TV. I would when I was playing, and I do when I'm managing, and I love the TV cameras being at the venue wherever you might be playing, because in the main, you're on the TV for a reason. You're not on the TV because you're rubbish. We all get the opportunity, and we're all on the TV probably, well, certainly with the National League, you're on the TV once through the season. I'm looking at it going, well, the big games towards the back end of the season, the playoff games, the playoff final, the FA Trophy final, the FA Cup games when you progress, they tend to be on the TV if you're doing all right. So it says something about you, something about how you're doing. And they're, for me, the games that you want to play in. So it's a big opportunity, but it's another game. I don't think within what we've got, people are affected by a few extra TV cameras being there. My record personally is really, really good. All I can go off this year, the sort of TV game we had against Torquay, we were really poor. They were really good. And when that happens in a game, you can end up with the scoreline that ended up. But I suppose from our perspective, if it does give you do need any little extra motivation, then that little extra bit of motivation is there for me. But it doesn't come into our talking prior to the game. No one needs telling that every game for us now, between now and the end of the season, is a big game, and a game that we're looking forward to and want to go and win.
It hasn't been confirmed yet, but the teams at the bottom may not face relegation. Obviously, Barnet in and around there. How much do you think that changes their approach to these type of games, especially when you look at Tuesday night and they were defeated 5-1?
At the moment, I don't think it changes their approach, because, as you say, nothing's been confirmed. I think if it's confirmed that there's no relegation, there'll be a huge weight and a huge big black cloud lifted off their football club, and I include that right throughout. I include the players, the management, the staff, the chairman, all those things, because relegation can have a huge impact regardless of what league you can go in from. In saying that, all of a sudden then, from a player and a management perspective, it's your careers that you're playing for. So they'll want to take care of their own business, if you like, and not rely on the fact that other leagues weren't able to continue, so they avoided relegation. But at the moment, that's not the case. That's still, like I say, still hanging over them. And until things are absolutely clarified, that continues to be the case. So we've got to know that they're under pressure, with what's going on. They'll be hurting because of, again, they got a good result in the fact they beat Halifax, and then all of a sudden they get Tuesday night's result, which sets them back. They certainly know that they're on the TV, and their supporters will be watching at home, and they won't want to be, I suppose, tarred with certain accusations about their team and a team that, or players that have been relegated. So they'll be doing everything they can. And like I say, we've got to prepare, like we will, that we're going to get the best version of them players individually. But we've got to concentrate on, we've got to produce our best performances individually and collectively in order to get a result.
So there was Dave Challoner reflecting on what he expects from today's game. But for the final part of the Pills preview show, we're bringing back by popular demand, this time with Mark Shelton and Ben Killip. It is episode 2 of Teammates.
Taller than I am.
You look the
Well, I
same.
am taller though.
Yeah,
so.
but you don't look taller, do you? I want to be taller.
Yeah, you just look exactly the same. Gents, welcome to episode 2 of Teammates for the Hartlepool United preview show. Thank you for joining us. It's a bit of an excitement this. We don't really get to do much these days, isn't it? So happy to join the video.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Ben, you look absolutely over the moon with this.
I'm delighted.
So you've probably seen John O's and Crofts. Is that what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions and we're going to have a little bit of talk about your teammates. So feel free to dig them out.
Oh, we will.
All the gossip we like to hear.
Josh McDonald.
Yeah,
And class clown is Josh McDonald. Yeah.
I think like people will go to Josh McDonald just to not laugh at him, laugh with him.
I'd say.
Yeah, laugh at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is dopey.
Borderline bullying or?
no, he's good though. He gives it out a lot, and that's what he's good for.
He
Isn't
does play on it.
Yeah, he does.
So he
yeah.
takes it when you.
He takes it well. He's good for it. To be fair, you get a lot out of him.
All right. Okay. Good.
Not me.
No, man. Timmy's rapid.
Timmy, then Oatsy looks like a proper like.
It's just because like his head goes when he
Yeah,
runs
and
as well,
his head like goes all over the place. Oatsy, Timmy,
Claudio quick.
he'd probably say he was, but
Would.
What about this guy down here, Jono?
Jono.
Just like you said, we've got Jono watching.
Nah.
Hello
guys.
Nah, Jono. All but Jono in the top three.
No. Definitely not after do you remember?
What?
Sorry.
I'll put this on.
Can we cut this bit?
Well, Ben, just in terms of like a back three, when you've got the likes of Timmy, Jono, and obviously you had Tyler,
Yeah.
Cass, how much easier is it for you when you've got three defenders who are quick? Or
Yeah.
would you put Lids in that group as well? Or?
Nah.
Liz is clever quick though, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't
need
stop
to be.
himself running.
Yeah.
No, it's easy for me because it means I don't have to come out as much and would it cost me a bit against Eastleigh.
Skills.
No one's really that skillful, I don't
I
think.
think he's skillful, but in terms of like people doing step overs and rainbow
Oh,
flicks
is
and
it?
that, no one really pulls
Ross
them
was
out.
quite good for Megs.
Good for Megs, yeah. Gav's
Yeah.
good for Megs. Molyneux look is probably the prettiest, isn't he?
Yeah,
Like he's
not looks wise.
not look wise, no.
No.
But with the ball at his feet, he looks like he
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
effective and he looks good with the ball.
Is that anything to do with the pink boots? Or?
We don't talk about them, they're atrocious,
They
yeah.
had one game, one red card.
Yeah,
We're not.
Did you hear he had an England flag with Mole's 10 on it?
yeah, we've seen them. All the fans have
It's
seen
all
them.
seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So is there anyone in training who you just wouldn't want to get mixed off because they'll just go on about it for days and days?
Probably Gav. Only because he runs off once he does it as well.
Yeah, he does.
Like he'd rather probably
Try
make
to
it.
Big child.
Yeah.
He'd probably make it in.
He thinks we're playing Prem and there's like loads of cameras and
Yeah,
he
and
doesn't see it, but
You
it's
just
just
got
not like
just got Chandy with his iPhone.
that. It's
Just
electric.
Just because it gets to you, lads.
Febs.
Yeah?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, he likes Febs, but Crofts. I always go to Crofts, I don't know why.
Yeah, he just banned us Cross,
Yeah.
but it's definitely Febs.
Yeah, definitely.
Why Feds? Do you think just because he is just Nicky Featherstone?
Yeah, I just think he knows what he's going to get off him and he can trust him and things like that, so he's probably like go first,
Yeah.
go to, but I think Crofts probably gets it the most out of us all, doesn't
Yeah.
he? In terms of just, if there's a room, then
Yeah.
what he's wearing or what his haircut looks like or something.
Yeah. No one's really that bad.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, think what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what
Go on.
You have to tell us now.
Not late, but he's. If you're gonna say comes down last minute, I'd put it in the house. I'll be looking at Claudio.
You're bad for that in the morning.
Yeah, but he says
You're always the last.
He says once he hears people downstairs, that's when he'll come down.
No.
There is words, not mine. I'm not late at all.
No, to go to training, you're always the last to get in the car.
I'm not late though. I'm always on time.
Every single time.
Okay.
You'll get in the car like 2 minutes past what time.
No, that's not true. 2 minutes two, and then I'll forget something, so then I have to run back in. But I'm not late.
Let me just sit there waiting all the time.
And you make a big deal out of it every time.
Yeah, because it annoys me.
Right, okay.
Is living in a house with each other always like this, domestics, or?
Yeah.
Well, between me and him,
No.
barely even. No, but like.
No, when we're in the living room, there's always someone that says something to someone, and then it starts a little argument. Not an argument, but like a little.
Yeah,
There's a bit in it.
It turns into a bigger argument than it should be.
Yeah.
Not an argument, but like.
Everyone like jumps
in,
it,
and then before you know it, it's just a free for all.
Yeah, and then some outrageous things get said.
Mm.
Back to the questions.
Yeah, sorry.
Brad Young's head.
He's got a big head.
You wouldn't want to have a collision with Brad Young's
I'm
head.
saying Ryan Johnson for me.
Oh no, Ryan Donaldson.
Ryan Donaldson?
Yeah.
He looks pretty old, doesn't he, with his hair?
He got his nails in.
He's got that like Newcastle skinhead going on.
Yeah.
It suits him, to be fair.
So is that someone? Is he like that in training though, Ryan? Is he flying at the challenges and you think if he's coming towards you, think no?
In fact, not Ryan. Ryan Johnson though. He done me the other week, and he's sat down there, and it annoyed me, and he came over and apologised. To be fair.
He's a softie, right, Jono, but.
No, he did. He went through me in training. I wasn't happy.
With Ryan Donaldson, is that like being a captain as well? Does it come with almost that meaner side?
I think he's got that, hasn't he? I think that everyone in the club's got a lot of respect for Ryan. Just the way he trains, the way he plays, like the way he does things. Like I think it's brilliant, especially to have him as a captain at this club. Like he probably goes unnoticed in the things that he does, especially just around the place, and he's brilliant for everyone.
Not looking at anyone. Who's the one? Who's the? Give me a few people. Like, who's the one person that's always making sure they're all right before they come out of the dressing room, making sure they're always all right when they get on the pitch.
Shelton.
Shelton, what?
Come on.
Vain's a strong word.
Yeah, come on.
Ben,
take your
go
top
and
off.
get.
You take your top off and look at your abs and
Right,
your
that's
all the time.
Right, I do that once or twice a week.
Once or twice.
He's got this tangled teaser. Go and get it.
No.
Right, he's not. He's right.
Just to brush my hair.
But no, it's worse than that
No,
though.
because I can't
He
get my
goes
hair
through
right.
it so slow and just so precisely, and then he has like his hair in a bun and then hairspray, and I'm the vain one.
Yeah, because you just take your top off and look at yourself.
Gary Liddell. This is Ben's tangled teaser. Show him what you do.
I can't, it's my hair's tied up.
Exactly. But Gary Liddell probably.
Gary Liddell?
Not vain, no.
That's what John Owen Crawford said.
Shells.
Was that
It's you.
It's not me. Gary Liddell, because he looks spot on every time, to be fair. Not because he's vain though.
I was going to say, if you look at Gary Liddell from the game last night, this is being filmed after Wrexham, even with a bloody nose, he just looked composed and happy, and his hair was still alright. And
Alright, yeah.
on the bus when he got on, he still looked alright, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Well, say Ryan, because he's doing a lot of stuff. Donaldson, he's doing a lot of coaching stuff now, and he's got his like own little academy setting up, I think, so I definitely for Ryan.
I look at that, right, yeah.
Right.
He's, a bit of a leader, a bit of a character having that.
I'm pretty good on football manager though as well.
Oh yeah, Ben plays Football Manager all the time.
Maybe tell us a little bit about your football manager at
Oh,
the moment.
I could go into this here.
Just give us a little, just keep it brief.
I've just won back-to-back Champions League with Sheffield Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you mentioned that to Dave Chandler in your expertise of being a coach, or?
No. Straight no.
Right, okay. So Ryan Donaldson is one who you could probably see as a future gaffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's me every game, isn't it?
Killipers you go to. There's some questionable one tunes at Wrexham on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was just A few of the lads wanted a bit of house and that.
See, Fergie's proper like.
Yeah.
He's against like rap music or like R&B. He just hates it.
What's Fergie want?
Fergie likes to do like hardcore like
Proper
bass,
house.
like house. The like
It's like drum and bass he wanted.
like 6 a.m. in the morning tunes that he just like.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Fergie.
The end of the night song.
Yeah.
Like no one else is there and like one person.
It's just Fergie by himself, like a sweaty t-shirt. That's what Fergie's into.
So Ben, if you're DJ, if a big game, we need a win. What song are you going to as the last song before the lads head out?
You've got a bit of consistency, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like you go for like.
The last couple after the warm up is always the same stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Meat Meal Radio Not comes on. All of the lights.
Oh, you've changed it a bit now. You've gone to Lincoln Park.
Numb Encore.
Numb Encore.
Yeah, that was a good one though.
Yeah.
I thought about that the other day and I was like, oh, that's a great song.
That's 2 games I've heard it. I thought he's doing this on purpose now.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Well, that was Teammate. Thank you very much for joining us. This is just before our game against Barnet at the weekend. We'll just talk about a little bit of this season. We'll put this at the beginning of the video and talk about the Barnet game. But overall, how do you feel the season's gone? Has it been a bit of a more of a weird season? Obviously, no fans in, but we're doing all right, aren't we?
It's been, yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like, it was hard to get used to, no fans at first, but now it's become kind of the norm. It just is what it is now, really. And, like, we're doing well, so obviously it's a shame the fans can't be there to enjoy it as well. But like for us as a team, like we knew where we wanted to be at the start of the season. I think we're doing as well as we probably wanted to do at the start of the season.
Yeah, I'd just say from the start, like, you knew you're going to be playing without fans and things. You don't know how that would affect like yourself personally and then as a team. But no, it's good for us to be up there, and I think in some games we could have probably done more, got more points from, and then maybe we've got lucky in some games. So it swings and roundabouts really. Like I think we're doing well to be where we are, but I think we also got that belief in ourselves that we can probably do a lot more and still do a lot more and come the second half of the season.
Just whilst I have your shots, I know a few fans have battered you a little bit not to score yet this season. Obviously that big chance at Wrexham on Tuesday night, but we know it's coming.
It's coming.
But we spoke off camera of potentially setting up or organising a celebration. So now we have you on camera. I feel like with the help of Ben, we spoke about this, that we may have a potential one ready. But with the help of Ben, let's set up a celebration for yourself so you can do it to the camera, wherever that may be in the ground. And when you do score, we can whip it out.
You want to see it?
Have you got something ready for us?
I had the thumb up one.
I thought the thumbs up one was a good one.
I can do that. It's just like
It's a jump and a double thumbs up.
It's a run and jump double thumb. It's got a bit of a ring to it, hasn't it? Yeah, that's the one that's coming. It was going to come out on Tuesday, but it passed, didn't it?
So you're telling us when you score your first goal of the season, on camera now, this is the celebration that you'll do.
Do you want to see it now?
Let's have a look at this.
Oh god, this is horrible. Go on, run and jump in it.
Lovely, Kurt. Hopefully after the preview show we'll see a goal against Barnet.
Yeah, I've cursed it now. It's going to happen.
Remember you said you scored 10 in pre-season?
Yeah, I'm counting pre-season as well.
Still plenty of games left to go.
Sure.
But brilliant, lads, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
So.
So that is all we have time for here on the Pills Preview Show. Coming up next, live on BT Sport 2, or you can catch myself and Evan Horwood on live Mixler Audio. We have Hartlepool United taking on Barnet FC at the Vic.